Hey guys, so in today's video, I'm gonna be teaching you how to become a digital nomad in 2024. I created a step-by-step method after having my own experience shifting from a normal job 9 to 5 to the nomadic life that I have nowadays. I also have a lot of external knowledge from getting to know a lot of digital nomads across the world, interviewing them, asking them how they live their lives and how they make money. And today I wanna share all this knowledge with you so you can be part of this community. If you're here, you probably have seen those videos of people traveling to insane destinations while still being able to make money, and you probably wondered how they do it. You've seen people in tropical beaches, mountains, remote destinations, and you're like, I want to be that person. And in this video, we're gonna go through all the steps so you can be one of them. Well, so first of all, I want to give you an overview of the topics that I'm gonna be covering here. Step number 1 will be about the most important thing, how to make money. And on this one, I'm gonna go over a few ways on how to make money as a digital nomad. Step number 2 on how to become a digital nomad, which is also a very important one, is how to meet the community. Meeting the community sounds, maybe for some people, it's not very important, but it is. In the community, you can network, you can learn so much, you can work together. So it's a very important topic. Step number 3 is about the logistics. How is the moving process? How do I get a visa? How do I get an insurance? A place to stay? As I am a digital nomad myself, I made a lot of mistakes and I met other people who also made a lot of mistakes in their journey. And I'm gonna tell you things that you should not do and things that you should do so your life as a digital nomad will be better and easier. So this is also a very important one. Well, so let's get into step number 1 on how to make money online. This is the one that people get the most curious and confused about, because making money online is something quite recent still. If you think about 20 years ago, that was not an option. So people are still very skeptical with the idea. And they think it's something that people who work online do weird jobs, or it's daddy's money, like I get a lot of comments here, or they do sketchy jobs. But nowadays, the online world is growing so much that we need to open our minds. First one is just to get a remote traditional job within your network, with the people you know on LinkedIn. And I also, a very important tip on this one, which is basically a very important tip on all the other options that I'm gonna give you, is networking with other digital nomads who also do that kind of job. For example, I know about marketing and I want to find a company that will let me work remotely as a marketing manager. So go online on the digital nomad community and talk to the ones that already do that. Hey, I'm looking for a job. I'm looking for a company that will hire me remotely for me to be a marketing manager. And if you talk to other people within the community, you're gonna see that it's gonna be much easier. So the ways for you to get this job is basically looking for it online, networking, talking to other people who do it. But this is the one that if you're scared to take a very big step, is the one easiest for you to start your life as a digital nomad. Second way is to become a freelancer of an online skill. I have an entire video covering this in a bit more detail for people who still don't have a skill or don't have any experience. So if you're this person, you should click here. It means that you're gonna be offering your service as a freelancer of something you can do online. And it could be many different options. If you don't have a skill, I'm gonna talk about some that you can learn online easily and you can start doing them. There are many professions being very demanded in the online market nowadays. So you can be a social media manager, a virtual assistant, data entry, copywriter or story writer, graphic designer, thumbnail designer, video editor, voiceover talent, web designer, SEO specialist, social media marketing, project manager, and UGC creator. I made sure to put many options so you can see which one makes more sense to you. Many of these you can learn from scratch. You're probably like, oh, but I don't have these skills. I don't know how to be a video editor. I don't know how to be a voiceover talent or anything like that. But nowadays you can find information and you can learn so much online that you would be surprised. You could learn one of these new skills basically by putting it on Google. how to become, now you're looking for how to become a digital nomad, but maybe you can put how to become a copywriter, how to start making money as a virtual assistant and things like that. You can learn a lot on YouTube. If you want to do a course or if you want to learn a little bit in depth, I would recommend the website called Course Careers. It's a website where you can learn a lot of different skills, such as technology sales, as you can see here, and even digital advertising. The courses from this website are very complete and quality, and I really recommend it. I have my link from these courses in the description, and I have $50 discount for you. Make sure to choose one of these professions that actually makes sense to you. Don't just do something because you've heard someone does it. Make sure, well, what do I think I see myself doing? Because at some point you're gonna get tired of it. So it should be better for you to do something that you actually feel connected, or you actually feel like you could like it. If you're a more artistic person or creative, try to do something a bit more creative. If you feel like you're not very creative, try to do something a little bit more like programmer, data analysis, a little bit less to the artistic world. If you're more artistic, you probably should try to do like graphic designer and things like that. In this option, you should probably wait around 6 months to start shifting your life to the nomadic life, because you still need to learn a skill to actually start making money. But if you already have a skill, or if you have money saved, you can start traveling while you learn the skill. But if you don't have this money saved, you obviously need to learn how to make that. And I would recommend saving some 6 months of your time to learn this new skill and get very professional in that, start offering it online, and then you'll be able to shift your life to the nomadic life. If you already have the skill, it's much easier. You just need to learn how to show it to the world and to get clients. And for you to make this, for you to be able to show your talent out there, I would tell you to professionalize yourself. So I would say create a LinkedIn, open a profile in one of the freelancing platforms that I use myself, like Upwork and Fiverr. These are platforms that freelancers offer their services to people who need them. They are great. I use Upwork myself and I really recommend it. And in this place, a lot of people are looking for a video editor or for a voiceover talent or whatever you think. There will be people looking for this in this website, and they are going to connect the people who needs this service and the people who offer it. So I really recommend. I also recommend it to open a social media. You don't need to become an influencer, but maybe open a small Instagram talking about your job and posting a little bit. If you're a graphic designer, for example, showing to the world what kind of freelancing or what kind of services you are offering. That's very important. Networking is a very important topic to everything, but in the nomadic world, if you meet people, you will see that a lot of people are actually looking for these services. I already met a lot of people in the community, either worked for me as an editor, or I worked for as an editor, photographer, whatever. So that's very important. This was the second way on how to make money online, which is to have an online business. Nowadays, it's very common for people to sell things online and they don't need to have an inventory. You don't have to have a first investment. That's called e-commerce, and I'm talking specifically about print on demand. I'm gonna make a video specifically about this one. It's a very common way on how to make money online nowadays. You can sell many different things. It's one of my income streams. I sell photography prints as a decoration for people. You don't need to sell photography prints. You can sell t-shirts, you can sell cups, you can sell decoration things. You can sell so many things online without having an inventory. And a lot of people in the nomadic life, in the nomadic world, they do e-commerce. Fourth way for you to make money online is to become a content creator. Everyone thinks that 90% of the digital nomads are content creators, YouTubers, photographers, and blah, blah, blah. But that's not true. The percentage of content creators in this world is also small. You can be a content creator and make money through partnerships with brands, through AdSense, which is the payment from YouTube, sponsorships, and all that. But honestly, becoming a content creator is a process that takes long. And for you to build a community, for you to have the consistency, takes long. A small percentage of people who try to become a content creator are the ones that go viral, and in 3 months they are making loads of money online. Very few. Most of people who try to become content creator is a very gradative growth. That doesn't mean you shouldn't try. I'm here and I still have a small, and I'm growing slowly. I don't only have my income coming from the content creation, I still have my income coming from freelancing. I'm mixing both. And that's what a lot of people do. If you want to become a content creator, you can basically post about anything. You can post about your travel. You can post about your life as a digital nomad like I do. Or you can post about food, you know. You can be a content creator about anything. And another one that I didn't really mention, but it's also a very good option, is to become an investor or having a passive income. It could be you have some real estate, you have some Airbnbs, you invest online in crypto, or you are retired and you have the retirement money. So this is a very specific option for people who already have this type of income, or for people who know how to do investing. So these are the 5 options on how to make money online. And I'm sure if you choose one that makes sense to you, you're gonna be making money in not so long. So do it. You can go to step number 2, which is about the community and how to meet and connect, network with other digital nomads. Because now you know how to make money, and you're probably thinking, where should I go first? What's the destination that I want to start my life as a nomad? And you're thinking, how am I gonna connect with digital nomads in that destination? I don't want to get there and be alone and not know what to do, because some people really struggle with the traveling alone part, traveling solo. Digital nomad community is very big, and there are many ways for you to connect with them, and I'm gonna list them all here for you not to have this problem. First way, a very easy way for you to meet people in this community, is to get in online groups. So Facebook groups, Instagram groups, Twitter groups, WhatsApp groups as well. You can just put, for example, if you're going, I want to start my nomadic life in Tenerife, Spain, you can just put on Facebook, digital nomads in Tenerife. You're gonna see a bunch of groups. You will find probably WhatsApp groups, and they are gonna be doing a lot of activities together. If you decide to start your nomadic life in a digital nomad hub, that's gonna be very easy. There are many digital nomad hubs across the world, and I would recommend starting your nomadic life in one of the hubs, because then that's gonna be easier for you to meet people from the community, understand the lifestyle. When you meet people from the community, you're going to be like, oh, I understand how the nomadic life works. You're gonna see how other people do. You're gonna learn how many other ways on how to make money online, and that's gonna give you so much knowledge about this world that I really recommend. If you don't know the digital nomad hubs out there, I'm gonna list some here. Like, you can go to Tenerife, Spain. You can go to Bali. Is a very non-digital nomad hub, as everyone knows. Bangkok, Bulgaria. That's a not very out of the digital nomad world. Also in Buenos Aires, Tulum, Mexico. These are very non-digital nomad hubs that maybe you should try. As I said, in the hubs, you're gonna have an easier time to get into the community. So maybe starting your life there would be easier, and then you can go anywhere. You can go because you're gonna be already inserted in the community. There are many events and group travels for digital nomads. For example, there is a huge one called Nomad Cruise that 500 digital nomads get together in a cruise, and they travel the world and work together, which is an amazing event. I still didn't go myself, but I really want to go. They do trips from Tenerife to Brazil. They do trips to Japan, Alaska, many different trips, really focused in the digital nomad community. Besides the Nomad Cruise, there are many events and gatherings that the community does. If you are in one of the hubs, or if you're in one of the smaller hubs as well, they do yoga for digital nomads. They do dancing classes for digital nomads. They do language exchange, many things. And there are also many conferences of digital nomads across the world. For example, Bangkok Nomad Fest. This is a huge one. A lot of people go to that one. Running Remote in Lisbon. Freedom Business Summit Online. 7-in-7 Digital Nomad Conference. All these conferences, they happen yearly, and I'm gonna put the links of all of them and the dates they're gonna happen this year. I also met digital nomads who preferred to start their nomadic life with one of these conferences, so they insert themselves in the conference and then they start their digital nomad life. It's also a very good way, because then you're gonna be inserted like this. If you don't want to go to one of the digital nomad hubs, it's okay. You can go to Alaska. You can go to a small town that you're the only person that knows, but it was always your dream to live there. It's fine. You have the geographic freedom to go wherever you want. I'm just giving you this tip. If you want to be inserted in the community, it's gonna be easier if you go to a hub, but if you don't want to go to a hub. And one thing I want to add about the hubs, just be careful when you're going to some of the digital nomad hubs. I had mixed feelings in some. So for example, when I went to Bali, for me, it's a very overrated place and too crowded. I think 20 years ago, Bali was the perfect place for digital nomads, but nowadays, sadly, I think it's overcrowded. Not the best place to go, in my opinion, because you go there looking for a peaceful lifestyle, and in my opinion, it's not very peaceful at all. In this point, I just want to say, we as digital nomads choosing cheap destinations, because most of the hubs of digital nomads are cheap destinations, because most of the digital nomads make money in dollars or euros, so they take advantage of having stronger currencies to live in cheaper places. But we as digital nomads also have to have the responsibility and the consciousness that we have more money than the locals, and we need to be careful with their land and be respectful and try to give it back. I feel like some digital nomad hubs are not being taken care that well, and the community of the place, the locals, the natives, are not really enjoying our presence there. I think that's a very important topic as well. Now you know how to make money online with all the topics and ways that I gave you, and you also know how to meet the community. Basically, you're ready to go, and now we're gonna get into the logistics of your move, because a lot of people are like, okay, I have the skill, I know how, I already have friends who do it, but I'm afraid of where should I go, how do I get the visa, and how do I get an insurance, because if you're a digital nomad, you don't have a base, so how can I get an insurance without a base, and blah blah blah. So we're gonna talk all about that. First one is talking about visa. Visas are something very specific from country to country. So my tip here is to basically, okay, I want to go to Spain, I want to go to Bali, and do your own research on the place. Nowadays, as I said, there is so much information online, and you can find so much that you can find everything online. What kind of documents do I need? How do I apply for this visa? Do I need a proper digital nomad visa, or can I just go as a tourist? You can find all that online. So my tip is, if you talk to people, digital nomads who are already there, they're gonna be the best people to help you out, because they have already been through the process, and they can just tell you, okay, do this, do that, you need this document. So that's the best way to do it. It's very difficult for me to give you one way to do it, because they all differ, but they are not that difficult. It's not that scary to apply to visas depending on the place that you're going. Some places are more difficult, but usually what digital nomads do, they try to stay 3 months and just use the tourist visa. If you want to stay longer, then that's when you usually need to see a little bit more about it. Now about the insurance. A lot of people are very confused about this one as well. As I said, if you don't have a base, it's confusing. Where should I have an insurance? Should I also have a travel insurance? Because it's important for you to travel with insurance. Some visas and some places require you to have a health insurance before you go to the country. Also, for your own peace of mind, it's good for you to have health insurance. If you're like in Thailand and something and you break your leg or something, it's very important for you to have one. And in this one, as you don't have a base, it can be tricky. Nowadays, there are many companies that are coming up with solutions for us as digital nomads. And the one that I use, for example, is called Safety Wing. You're gonna be covered in 180 countries. I have my link down here for you to check it out. It's great because it's not only a health insurance, it's also a travel insurance. It's specific for remote workers and digital nomads, so it's perfect. You don't have to buy a separate travel insurance. You don't have to. They are all combined. So if you have a health emergency, or if you have a lost luggage, they are gonna cover you. My link is gonna be down here. Now that you know everything about visas and you know about health insurance, you're ready to go. You just need to book your flight and go to the country that you want to go. A lot of people also have doubts on how to book flights. If you have an easy schedule, you can just go to platforms to booking and choose the cheapest dates. What I usually do, I go on Skyscanner, because for me, that's the cheapest place to look for flights. I just put cheapest dates of the month, look for the flights. It's not that scary. I feel like people who never bought flights are scared about this one, but I do recommend going on Skyscanner, because you usually can get the best deals there. And after getting your flight, you're going to the country, you have to find a place to stay. Where do digital nomads stay? It really depends on the country. Some countries that are cheap, you can just stay in hotels or you can stay in villas. But as for me, I prefer to stay in places that give me a bit more of a feeling of home. So I prefer to get Airbnbs. You have a discount for booking 1 month in one place. To have an Airbnb where I can have my own kitchen, where I can have my own space, where I can have my own house, so I feel a little bit more at home than being in a hotel. But it all depends on the person. Another way on how to find places to stay is to connect with the people that are already there. So for example, I am going to Thailand. Talk to the people who are in Thailand. Talk to other digital nomads who are there. Hey, how did you get your place? Do you know any other place? The people who are already there, they probably have contacts with landlords, with other villas they have already lived. Maybe they have a spare bedroom where they live. So that's a very good option. Talk to the people from the place that you decided to go. It's not that scary. After you start doing your nomadic lifestyle, you'll see that these things are going to become very natural. And now that you know step number 1, how to make money online, step number 2, how to meet the community, step number 3, all the logistics for you to move out of your country and start your nomadic life, I'm gonna get into, last but not least, all the advices for you to do it in the best way, because as I said, I've made a lot of mistakes and I met a lot of people who made a lot of mistakes. They can lead to getting tired of traveling, getting burnt out, feeling overwhelmed with all the traveling. Yeah, it could happen to you, and maybe you're thinking now, it's impossible to get burnt out of traveling. It's impossible to get tired of this lifestyle. I mean, you're gonna be in beautiful destinations all the time, but if you do it, you're not on holiday. So that's a very important topic that I'm gonna talk about. Most common mistake that I see is that everyone who becomes a digital nomad, they are so excited in the beginning that they travel very fast and they try to go to all the destinations very fast. So we are not just traveling, and I think when some people become a digital nomad, that's a little bit hard to get used to, because I mean, you're gonna be in beautiful destinations. You're gonna be like, oh, I am here. All these people that I know are going to hike in a volcano, or they are going to a waterfall. They're gonna go surfing. They're gonna go do all these activities for people who are on holidays, and I need to be inside and I need to be editing, or I need to be here and I need to be working. So in the beginning, a lot of people just try to do both. They try to live the holiday lifestyle while working. They start getting very tired, stressed, because they're gonna have to do things in a rush. They're gonna be working in very late hours and all that. So my advice here is to start traveling slow. The best way to be a digital nomad, write that down, is to travel slow. You have a lot of things to do. You're not on holiday and you need to have a normal lifestyle. My advice here is to stay at least 3 months in each destination. Don't go like backpackers, changing every 2, 5, 10 days from place to place. That's gonna be so tiring. You can still do everything, but do it slowly. Do it on your weekends. Do it on your days off. I'm not saying don't explore the place. Of course you want to explore the place. You are becoming a digital nomad to explore the world. So obviously you're gonna want to go outside and see what's going on, see the culture, experience the place and all that. If you do it in a slow way, you're even gonna be living more like a local. You're gonna connect with the pace of the city or of the town that you're at better than as a backpacker. And again, another advice is for you to connect with people and make friends that also work online, because it happened to me in the beginning that all the people that I was connecting were backpackers or travelers on holidays, and it's very hard to say no when you're seeing them doing things all the time. Rafa, let's go to a waterfall. As I said, let's go to a waterfall, let's do this, let's hike this place today, and you're always gonna be like, hey, sorry guys, I need to work. And that's gonna bring the feeling of FOMO. FOMO is the fear of missing out, because you're gonna be like, oh my god, but I'm in Thailand and I can't go and see what's going on. Like, I need to be in the computer and I won't be out there exploring everything. Like, so that's something that could happen to you, and with this slow travel that can help a lot. And if you make friends that also work, that's gonna be so much easier. And on that, another advice is to look for places that digital nomads go. I mean, places to stay. So like accommodations. If you're not staying, that's why it's also good to get in touch with the community, because you're gonna meet people who understand your lifestyle, and that's very important. If you are going to hostels, make sure you're looking for hostels that are focused in the nomadic life. So I always try to stay in hostels that have this infrastructure. So for example, Selena is a very non-digital nomad hostel, and in this hostel they are all all around the world. You're gonna find a lot of other digital nomads. They have an amazing co-working place. I actually enjoy staying in their places. Look for places that you know there will be a good internet, that other digital nomads are gonna be there, that there is a quiet space. You know, like if you're a digital nomad, don't book the party hostel. You're gonna struggle so much to work in a place like that. You're gonna feel the FOMO, the fear of missing out. Make sure you're doing all these things that I'm saying, taking all these advices seriously, because otherwise you're gonna get tired, you're gonna get burnt out, you're gonna move too much, you're also gonna feel like you're missing out, and then you're gonna start like, oh no. So be careful with that. Besides that, another advice I would say is for you to keep in touch with your friends and family, and also keep in touch with your digital nomads friends that you made on your way, and try to connect with digital nomads who are going to similar places. Start in the nomadic community, you meet some nomads and you guys can, okay, what's your next destination? Oh, I'm gonna go there as well. A lot of nomads in communities, they start moving together, so you'll always have friends in places you go. I think that's a very important one, because one of the problems of being a digital nomad, it could be a very lonely life. If you keep moving from places to places, you're gonna have only a temporary friend. It can lead for you to be like not feeling like you belong somewhere because you're always moving. That happened to me because, I don't know, I wanted to have a long-term friends. I wanted to feel like I belong to somewhere. So be careful with all that. Keep in touch with the people. Try to go to places you have people. And that's why another thing, travel slowly, because you're gonna be able to have a routine, to have the same group of friends, and to have that normality to your life. But yeah, I'm gonna talk about all the downsides of being a digital nomad, how it can affect your mental health and all that in the next video. But for now, let's go back to how to become a digital nomad. If you follow the advices that I gave you, the probability of you feeling all that is low. So that's why I'm giving you all these steps for you to do the nomadic life the right way, and then you're going to be able to enjoy it the most. Now that you know all the steps, how to make money online, how to meet the community, all the logistics, and follow all the advices, you're going to be in the nomadic world, in the nomadic community, enjoying this lifestyle, traveling, meeting incredible people, and traveling to insane destinations while being able to work and make money. All the links that I mentioned are below about where to learn new skills, the course's career, about all the platforms that I use, about the digital nomad events. Everything is down below, and they're really gonna help you to go through this process. If you have any questions, anything you want to talk to me, let me know in the comments. Send me a DM on Instagram. I'm open to help you with this process, so make sure to get in touch with me as well, and I will assist you with anything. Also, let me know if you would like for me to create a course with all these steps in depth. I've been thinking of creating one, so if you would like a course from me in this topic, let me know in the comments. Well, now that you know how to become a digital nomad, I'm super excited to see you in the community and connecting with all of us. This community is really nice, and I love that we have the freedom of exploring our beautiful world and having the freedom of ours, having the freedom of choosing things for ourselves. I can't wait to see you in this community. I hope this video really inspired you to change your lifestyle that you're having nowadays to get into this lifestyle. I can't wait to see you living your dream life like I did myself a few years ago. See you in my next videos. Thank you so much for watching this one. If you're new to my channel, I post about my travel adventures, my life as a digital nomad, my photography. So I would really enjoy to share and inspire someone through my videos, and I hope I did in this video with you.